I'm your host, Locator. You're joining me for Elementalists Chapter 17, The Dread. Standing in the Hall of Mirrors with all your friends, having just watched Dean Joffe push Zeph through a portal. Zeph! You rush towards the mirror, Griffin and Shreya close on your heels, but Atlas darts in front of you all, holding out his arms. Wait! We don't have time. We have to get Zeph back now. You try to shove past Atlas, but he easily pushes you away. Just think for a moment. If you run in there, you're going to get killed. I don't care if I die. Then do you care if they do? Atlas gestures at your friends. We need a plan, or no one is getting out of this alive. Turn back towards your friends, who are standing right behind you, looking determined. I don't expect you all to come with me. So you expected us to let you and Atlas go alone? You're gonna need to help take down Raife. And we're happy to be the ones to provide it. You two are our friends, and so is Zeph. We're coming with you. Everyone, are you sure? I mean, of course I want you all to come with, but Raife is only after me and Atlas. If you stay here, he'll have no reason to come after you. Of course we're sure. We aren't going to let you leave us behind, Ezekiel. If Raife's going after you, then he's gonna have to deal with all of us. I promise to make up for my mistakes by protecting you. I intend to honor that. Thanks, Beckett. I'm glad to have you by my side. We're all here to help. So you're stuck with us, whether you like it or not. Yay! Friendship! You look around at your friends' faces, determination sparkled in their eyes, affection wells up in your throat. Thank you. All of you. You look back at Atlas, who gives you a firm nod. Alright, everyone, split up and get ready as quickly as possible. We don't want to rush in, and we can't afford to stall either. But what about Zeph? If it helps, I could try to branch. If there's any trees nearby, I'll be able to see if he's okay. Just give me a moment. Darkness grows, death, destruction tear. The world stands on the edge of a precipice. Her eyebrows crease and her whole body begins to tremble. Someone else is here. Who are you? Stay away from me. Her expression darkens further and a wicked scowl crosses her face. She doesn't look at all like herself. Maybe it's time you were taught what happens to spies. As her shakes her head, the flowers in her hair wilting, her body trembles, swaying unsteadily. Get out of my head! She jolts and collapses, crumbling to the floor. You and Atlas rush over to her. Aster, are you alright? You lightly shake her shoulders, but there's no response. Aster! Her eyes open weakly, and her body quakes with shivers. She takes in slow, labored breaths. There was some kind of dark presence in my mind. They were trying to hurt me. She shudders, and you wrap an arm around her shoulders. She slumps against you, her eyes sliding shut again before blinking back open. It must have been Raife. She takes in another slow breath, and then when she speaks, her voice is barely a whisper. I did manage to see where they were, though. They're in a lab, the Dean and the evil-looking man. Zeph was tied up in the corner. Well, that sure is quick to tie him up. Asked her, what was the lab like? What were Raife and the Dean doing? Was Zeph okay? What was the lab like? On one side is some kind of experimental table. It was full of chemicals and potions, and on the other side is a massive platform of some kind. What do you think it's for? I don't know, but it felt wrong. At least we know he's safe for now. Everyone get changed into more reasonable clothes and grab whatever supplies you need. Should we tell someone where we're going, like a professor? No. If Dean Joffe is working with Raife, we don't know who else was. Besides, they'll just try to stop us. Actually, I think Kronos? I forget his name. Anyway, I think he would be actually a good professor. You're right. We've just got to do this on our own. I've asked her to her feet, but her legs give out. She collapses against you, her whole body shaking. Aster, don't push yourself. No, I have to get ready. You're in no condition to fight right now. You should stay here. But I want to help. You'll help us more by staying here. If you come, you'll only be a burden. As her face falls, her shoulders hunch. Her head lolls against your shoulder as another shudder racks her body. Atlas gives you a look, then heads to a secluded corner of the room. Sorry, Aster. There must be more I can do. Maybe I could... Her voice fades, and she sways against you, barely keeping her eyes open. You've already done enough. Now I want you to rest and recover. You can't help anyone if you don't take care of yourself first. Okay? I've asked her over to a chair in the corner of the hall of mirrors, then head back towards Alice as you do. She approaches you. So much for our perfect night. Tell me about it. Don't worry, Ezekiel. We'll get Zeph back, I'm sure of it. And I was thinking, we have a few minutes to get away. If we sneak off, I'm sure I could have just the thing to cheer you up. Sounds like exactly what I need. A quickie? Really? She takes your hand and gives you a soft squeeze. Well then, come get me when you're ready. She winks at you before heading back over to your friends. You make your way to Atlas on the other side of the room. You know, this might be the last chance to see your friends or tell them goodbye. You really think it will come to that? Honestly, I don't know. Whatever Raife has planned, there's a good chance some of us might not come back. I have to make some battle preparations, but you should go. Be together with him while you still can. Spend a final moment with each of your friends, and cheer each other up before the confrontation with Raife. I'm wondering if this is, I'm sure someone will let me know in the comment section. I'm wondering if this is like a one-time deal. Or can you do, like, more than one? That's actually a really good question. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, no one. I need to stay focused right now. I can't think about a final goodbye. Suit yourself. After taking Alice back to your room to rest, you take a final moment to yourself in the dorm. This is your last chance to change outfits before you fight Raife. Really? What am I going to change into? What's that? Not a diamond outfit? Oh my god, I'm shocked. This would give you a certain advantage against Raife. A few minutes later, your friends join you, now dressed in their regular attire. Alright, we're all here. Now what? We should discuss what we know about Raife. We need to figure out what his weaknesses is. We know he's a Bloodat, so he must have a high potential. In great shadow monsters and give them orders. He's conceited and power-hungry. He's after you and Atlas specifically. And he'll stop at nothing to get what he wants. Which is why we need to stay on our guard. This is a guy who murders children. He won't hesitate to hurt or kill any of us. Ezekiel's right. If you slip up for a second, that's the end. I should warn you all. You've never faced anything like Raife in your life. He's cruel, destructive, and you'll be lucky if your magic even leaves so much as a scratch on him. So, what's our general strategy here? We do some kind of strategy, right? We rush in and kick his ass. I'm all for that, but we kind of need a game plan. Raife is after the two of us. Zico and I can probably keep him distracted. Which will give you all time to free Zeph, and prepare for a surprise attack against Raife. After that, we need to hit him with everything we've got. If we can overwhelm him, we may stand a chance. I still feel like we don't have very much to go on, but we're out of time. Alice puts his hand on your shoulder. Raife's magic is going to be strong. It wouldn't hurt to go in with some kind of advantage. I remember seeing a mace somewhere when I was sneaking around. Oh, that would be the Desmond Pendarghast's famed Mace of Blasting. That would certainly even the odds against Raife. Where is it? On display in the Dean's office. Let's go check it out then. We'll meet the rest of you in the Hall of Mirrors. Oh, I'm so chilly. You and Alice rush up to the Dean's office and easily find the mace hanging on the wall, a placard beneath it. You hurry over and examine it. Well, why don't you give it a try? Take the mace off the wall, and it hums with power in your hand, a vibrant blue glow surrounding it. Well, let's see how this works. Swing it. Swing it at Dean Joffy's bookshelf, and a massive shockwave comes shooting out the end. The wave slams into the shelf, sending various items flying across the room and shattering others. Whoa, this thing is crazy powerful. What do you say, Ezekiel? Want to smack Raife around with that? Take the Mace of Blasting to gain advantage in the fight against Raife. Costs 15 diamonds. I don't know if I can control it. I don't want to end up hurting my friends. Fair enough. You and Atlas meet up with your friends in the Hall of Mirrors. They look up at you in confusion. Where's the mace? It's way too powerful. I didn't want to risk accidentally hurting anyone. As you step up to the mirror, your stomach turns over. You gulp, sweat beading along the back of your neck. Alice glances at you, then pulls you off to the side. You alright? Just trying to come to terms with facing down an evil murderer who wants to kill me. What if he succeeds, or hurts our friends, or... Don't think about that. Why don't you review all the spells you know? Then you'll be ready to use them once we get there. I like how we just look at the book. You learn the majority of first-year spells. I guess I do know quite a bit of magic. And you do have the rest of us to help you out with whatever you don't know. You and Alice return to the mirror and you take a deep breath. Alright, well, I guess it's time. Use the Locator Spell. Now we just need to see where they went so I can reopen this mirror. You extend your magic into the world around you, feeling the Earth's magnetic pull. Then you clutch Seth's friendship bracelet in your hand and think of him. A sudden tugging sensation pulls you towards the mirror. The Locator Spell allows you to find Seth. Found them. You place your hand against the mirror and the surface ripples. You take a final look around at the faces of your friends who all meet your gaze with unwavering support. Let's go get Zeph. With a final deep breath, you step forward into the mirror. As your vision clears, you find yourself standing inside of a dimly lit lab. Is that a Triceratops? And above that, some sort of flying creature. Among the bottles of strangely colored chemicals, you see Zeph bound in chains in an alcove between two towering bookshelves. I forgot how snazzy his suit was. Go help Zeph. Alice and I will keep Raife busy. With Griffin leading the way, your friends sneak away. Squaring your shoulders, you and Alice head for Raife and Dean Joffy. Was this Frankenstein? The outside lab houses a massive platform with metal straps, clearly designed to hold two people. As you approach, Dean Joffy whirls on Raife, gesturing at you and Alice. There, I did your dirty work and brought you the twins. Now it's time for you to fulfill your end of the bargain. Dean Joffy, how could you do this? I trusted you. I thought you were looking out for me and the rest of Pendarghast. But you've been working for him this whole time. A look of sorrow crosses across her face. My hands were tied. I wish it had happened differently. Raife steps forward, red eyes glinting wickedly. I hate to cut this reunion short, but... Raife steps up behind Jean Joffe and places a hand on her shoulder. Her entire body seizes up. She lets out a blood-curdling shriek of pain. Ah! She crumbles to the ground and lies there motionless. Raife steps over her body towards you. Is she... You killed her? Wasn't she your ally? She served her purpose, and I had to ensure she wouldn't interrupt us. I knew you'd come for your friend, and now I have you just like that. As he speaks, the shadows around you churn and pulse, monsters rising from the darkest corners of the lab. Glance at the back of the lab, you see your friends just getting set free of the chains. They haven't had a chance to get ready yet. I need to keep Raife talking. Raife, what do you want with me and Atlas? Raife laughs, a dark, menacing sound. You still haven't figured it out. You both are the key to unlocking the greatest power this world has ever seen. And what happens if we don't help you? Raife's lips curl into a smirk. I'm afraid you won't have a choice. Just what do you intend to do? I'm going to use the two of you to become attuned to all the elements. That's not possible. Ah, that is the true power of refractionary energy. But unlocking that power proved difficult. I knew I needed twins, so I gathered as many as I could. I ran test after test. His face twists with rage. Yet every pair of twins I used was a failure. They were weak and died before the experiment was complete. Finally, after that trial and error, I realized I needed something more. Twins alone weren't enough. They needed to be special. And what makes you think we're those twins? You and your brother represent the sun and moon, light and reflection, the two components of refraction. And now I have nature on my side. The eclipse tonight will supercharge my machine and drag that power from you. You see your friends positioned behind Raife. They meet your gaze and give you a nod. You and Atlas glance at each other as you get into a defensive stance. There's no way. We're letting that happen. Did you really think you could distract me with your chatter? Raife whips around to sneer at your friends. Crap. Negative offense? Really? Raife shakes his head in amusement as he looks over your friends. It seems my pets will truly have a feast tonight. Raife raises his hands and dozens of shadow monsters turn towards you, eyes glowing with hate. Get them! The monsters push forward, driving you and your friends to the other side of the lab. The creatures corral you and your friends against Raife's experimental table, which is littered with potion bottles and skeletal figures. Griffin's shoulder presses against yours as a chunk of rock juts up in front of him, slamming in one of the creatures. Stay away from my friends. A smaller creature turns to you with a snarl. Its body fills with red light and it rushes right at you. Throw a potion at it, hide beneath the table, smash the skull. Throw a potion at it. Snatch a potion from Raife's table and hurl it at the creature. It shatters across the monster's face, leaving it dripping in a thick green liquid. The potion sizzles as the monster howls in pain and dissolves. I don't know what was in that bottle. You look around at your friends, each battling with creatures overrunning the lab. Nearby, Shreya throws a fireball after fireball at a pack of small shadow monsters, taking them down with deadly accuracy. That's what happens when you play with fire. You get burned. Zeph stands by her side, whipping a tendril of water across the monsters. Stay away, stay away, stay away! One of the hulking shadow monsters nearby watches each of them, as though looking for a weak point. Its eyes land on you and lets out a roar, getting ready to charge. You recall your lessons with the past year as magic builds inside you. Can I actually look? Roundup spell, resin spell, flame spell, fisher spell. Let's try resin. I need a boost. On it. Zeph's magic twines with yours and you link your index and middle fingers together. Rathina. A ball of goop pulls in your hand and you fling it at the monster, tangles around the creature, which suddenly turns into smoke. The resin drops to the floor as the shadow reforms right in front of you. They can do that? As he speaks, a large shadow monster rams its horns into you, knocking the air out of you. Ugh. Zeph flings a couple of potion bottles at the monster, the glass exploding against it. Disappears. Your friends start to pick off the monsters one by one, giving you a straight shot at Raife. Beckett stands in the middle of the fray, sending a bookcase flying across the room and into a line of creatures. Is this all you've got? Atlas grabs your shoulder and tugs you in Raife's direction. Come on, Ezekiel, let's get him. The two of you rush forward, only for a group of massive shadow monsters to swarm you. You end up back to back as the creatures circle you, leaving no exit. Let's take them all out at once, Ezekiel. I'll subdue them with moon magic. And I'll destroy them with sun magic. Atlas holds up both hands and they begin to glow, then he suddenly swings them down. Sleep. The monsters slowly drop to the ground, their eyes closing and the lights inside them growing dark. Your turn. Close your eyes, the warmth of sun magic building inside of you. Shoot a beam of light. Say goodbye. A bright light shoots out of your hand and onto one of the creatures. The light builds inside it until it bursts. You sweep the beam over the room, causing the rest of the monsters around you to disintegrate. Nice one. You know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work. That's a terrible saying. Never say that again. Still a couple monsters to go. Leave it to us. You and your friends scatter around the room, taking out the rest of the monsters before regrouping around you. Your friends gather as Raife watches you from the other side of the room with a malicious grin. We need to hit him with everything we got. His healing will make that difficult, but if you don't give him time to recover, it might be enough. And we just keep attacking. Once you've worn him down, I've got something big planned. Atlas takes a step back, muttering to himself as his hands begin to glow. You and your friends rush at Raife on the other side of the room. Let's see what you've got! Raife waves his hands and the air begins to swirl, coming right back for all of you. Shreya's hands glow and she reflects the twister, swirling it away from you and Zeph, while Griffin and Beckett hunker down behind Raife's machines. That was nothing. Seeing an opening, you glance over at Zeph, who looks at you worriedly. So do you have a plan, or...? Freeze him where he stands. Here, I'll give you a boost. You channel your magic into Zeph, letting your energies weave together. Zeph grins. Oh yeah, he's going down. He twists his hand and water rises up from the ground, curls around Raife's legs, then freezes solid, holding him in place. Griffin and Beckett step out from the hiding to fire off spells, which slam into Raife's chest. Ugh! Nice one. Yes! We're gaining an advantage. Raife snarls and slams his fist into the ice, shattering it. You are beneath me. Raife sweeps his hand at Zeph, and a massive blast of wind shoots him into the air. He slams to the ceiling, and then comes crashing back down. He lies on the ground, unmoving. What, no one could catch him with air? Zeph. Raife, how dare you? Let us worry about him. Just keep channeling your spell. They rush forward, Tria melting down Raife's instruments, while Becca channels the superheated metal into a ball. Griffin hurries to your side just as Raife's hands start to glow with fire. He's coming at us with something big. We need to keep him from hitting Shreya and Beckett so they can land their attack. Put a wall around him, use moon magic to stop and grow a shield from this table. But I'll need a boost. You got it. Griffin channels magic into yours and you reach back towards Raife's table. Just a bit more. One of the panels rips off and comes flying towards you. It sticks to the ground, forming a makeshift shield in front of you all. The jet of flame slams into the shield, instantly igniting it. It burns to ash in front of you, but you remain unscathed. Well, we're still in one piece, so I guess that's a win. Our turn. What is this, like turn-based RPG? Beckett sends a molten ball of metal flying straight at Raife, and it burns across his clothing. Hope that hurt. Out of my way! Raife waves his hand, and a boulder rises up out of the ground. He hurls it at you and Griffin. Watch out! Ezekiel! It'd be nice if he would focus on the damn spell. Griffin shoves you out of the way, and the boulder slams into him, sending him flying. Hits the ground with a sickening thud, and doesn't get up. No, Griffin! Shreya snarls beside you, eyes blazing with fury. That's it. Let's roast this guy, Ezekiel. Beckett, watch our backs. You've got it. You and Shreya charge at Raife, who raises his hands in the air, and boulders fly at you, but you dodge between them. Then one comes soaring right at your face, only to break apart mid-air, missing you entirely. Not today. That was way too close. As the two of you near Raife, Shreya looks over at you. Now. Create a massive fireball, grab those torches, make a dragon out of fire? I want to light this asshole on fire. I'm right there with you. You Shreya channel your fire magic together, and as a flame bursts from your hands, it forms a massive dragon, its whole body blazing. Burn him. You and Shreya's dragon fly to the lab and descends on Raife. A column of flame shoots out of its mouth and burns Raife, catching his clothes on fire. Arrgh! There's more where that came from. Raife snaps his fingers, and the flames on his clothes fizzle out. He then growls and summons a massive tendril of water from the ground and sends it at your dragon. It crashes into the creature and extinguishes it. Enough of this. I don't have all day. He lashes out with the tendril of water and slams it in a tree, curling around her. It tightens suddenly and slams her against the ground. Ah! Shreya! All of you are being picked apart. The water releases Shreya, and she slumps against the floor, no longer moving. You'll pay for that? The ribbon of water rockets towards you, but Beckett freezes it solid before it reaches you. We're nearly out of options. It's now or never, Ezekiel. Tangle him in chains, cut the air. Use the air to cut him. Give me a boost and I'll get him. Make it count. Beckett channels his magic into yours, and power surges are within you. You won't beat us. Raise your hands and send a blast of air shooting at Raife. Slams against him, tearing deep gashes into his chest. Oh, that worked. Let's do it again. Stop interfering! Raife raises a hand at the remains of the chains dangling from the roof, and they lash out at you and Beckett. But before they hit, Beckett curls his hand into a fist, and the chains freeze in place. I won't let you hurt him. The chains twist and writhe in place as Beckett and Raife war over control over them. Hold on, Beckett. You start to prepare a counterattack, but too late. The chains surge forward, slamming Beckett hard against the bookcase. Ugh! Beckett, are you... Beckett struggles to his feet, briefly swaying. He then collapses his body, landing on the flagstones with a crack. Hey, Raife. Take this. Atlas claps his hands together, and a massive shockwave travels through the room. Raife tries to raise his hands to block, but he's too slow. The shockwave slams into him, and snapping his head to the side, and his eyes roll back. Atlas drops to his knees in exhaustion, grinning. Hurts, doesn't it? Raife stumbles forward, clutching his skull. The ground tremors as Raife snarls, nearly knocking you off your feet. You insolent children! Raife advances on you, a cruel sneer on his face. It's over. You've no more friends to sacrifice. You're alone now. Glance around at the bodies of your friends strewn around the flab. Anger rises in you as your heartbeat roars in your ears. Glimpse at Atlas struggling to stand. Ezekiel! No, I'm not alone. You rush at Raife, letting your fury drive you. You take a swing at him with your fist, and he merely flicks his fingers and flings you away with magic. You double to the ground a few feet away. Ow. Enough! Raife sends a series of spells at you, one right after the other. The attacks blast you across the room. Ah! With a burst of effort, Atlas gets to his feet and strides over, radiating a cold, deadly fury. Leave my brother alone! Atlas gestures with glowing hands, and Raife freezes in place, struggling against the unseen bonds. I'll let him in place you attack! You open your bag and look down on glistening marble that you got at Astor's shop nearly a year ago. This should help. Use the air marble that we've been holding on to this whole damn time. Clutch the marble in your hand, and the white smoke disappears, and Raife begins to float. That wasn't exactly what I expected, but Raife continues to drift through the air, rising higher and higher until he's nearly touching the ceiling. What are you planning? Mid-speech, the magic gives out. He plummets to the floor, crashing into him. Oh! I guess that worked. Out of the marble, you cast about for something else to use. With a snarl, a burst of magical energy shoots out of Raife. Are you through? He throws his arms open, and the glow fades from Atlas's hands. Raife smiles wickedly, reaching into the pocket of his robes. Well done. I'm almost impressed. He scatters more essences on the ground, and, with a sweep of his hands, brings forth another wave of shadow monsters. Get him. 5 creatures gang up on Atlas. He takes one out with a blast of light, but the sun magic exhausts him. Soon, they overwhelm him. Let go of me! Atlas struggles in their grasp as the creatures drag him towards the platform in the center of the room, strapping him down. Atlas! It isn't him you should be worried about. He takes a menacing step towards you, when suddenly Tim appears from the ether. He stands protectively in front of you. Quick, Tim! Spit poison sludge? Tim lets out a croak, and a glop of poison sludge shoots out of his mouth. It strikes Raife right in the eyes, and he lets out a scream as the liquid begins to melt across his face. Ah! While he's blinded, you rush up and punch him in the gut. He doubles over in pain. How's the Tim's special tastes, Raife? Raife growls and snaps his fingers, the sludge disappearing from his eyes. Raife looks down at Tim with a sneer and then kicks him. Tim goes flying across the room and crashes into the wall. Tim! Tim whimpers and then disappears in the ether. Raife grits his teeth as he takes another step towards you, wincing from his injuries. You muster the rest of your strength to charge at him. Let's end this. Your whole body glows with power, and you shoot off a beam of light in Raife's direction. The blast hits him square in the chest, blasting him across the room. Ah! Crashes to the ground in a broken heap, wheezing for breath. He dealt major damage to Raife. Damage dealer! Is it over? Raife looks up at you with a glare, and suddenly a thick cloud of red fog springs up around him. No. The fog swirls around him, and you catch a glimpse of his injuries healing. Hulking shadow monsters step out of the cloud, coming right at you. You try to ready yourself for another attack, but your legs buckle as the pain finally overwhelms you. You got badly hurt during the fight with Raife. Really? Okay. Shadow monsters wrench your arms behind you, dragging you to the platform. You struggle weakly against their hold, but they easily strap you down beside your brother. Let him go, you sadistic prick. Atlas thrashes in his bonds, but they hold tight. Raife pats his head and steps away. All in good time, child. But first, you're going to give me the bar I seek. Go to hell. Raife pulls a lever, and the platform you're strapped to begins to rise into the air. A panel opens at the ceiling, and through the raging storm, the clouds part to reveal the blood-red moon. Pretty. Oh, okay. Alright, guess it's over. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below. How did you guys do? Did you do, bad? Did you do good? Did you feed him? I don't know. Something tells me I doubt you did. Something tells me this was just the way it was meant to go down. However, you know, people might not have been damaged as much, but something tells me you were still going to end up in this place. With that being said, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support yours truly. It's very much appreciated and goes to pretty much survival, and then anything other than that pretty much goes towards covering content on the channel. So again, it's very much appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.